YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I have made myself a little mini bar. I've kind of like gin themed it, so I've just been filming this video and I filmed the gin, which is why I'm holding the gin, and I just really fancy the gin as well. If you search Pinterest for bar cart hacks, Ikea hacks, tons will come up. Really affordable hacks on how to do your own bar cart or mini bar at home. So I really wanted to make myself a little mini bar, but I don't have the space to do some of the other like Ikea hacks where they use the like actual cart. I needed something that I could disband and put away and then take out when I was having a little party or wanted to get like the tray table out. So I went for the Ikea tray table. I think it's called Maryd, M-A-R-Y-D. So I decided to hack the tray table. First of all, it's foldable. You can like put it behind. I have like a little cubby area where I can store it. You can pretty much bring it anywhere. It's not too heavy, so you can bring it to the garden, the sitting room, the kitchen. Only one thing I didn't like about the Ikea tray table was the colours. It came in grey, pink and green, I think. So I decided to paint it and spray it to match my house. So using some leftover pink paint from when I painted my fridge, I'll link that below, I decided to go with a pink and gold colour combo, which if you follow a lot of my DIYs you would have seen I've been using a lot of gold lately. This year I'm just a little bit obsessed with gold. So using some trusty Rust-Oleum spray paint, which you would have seen in a ton of other videos, I decided to spray the bottom half gold and the top half pink. Oh, the first half of this video you can have a look and see how I like painted it, a bit more details on the piece that I picked, and then the end of the video I will talk you through my actual bar cart, what I put on it. It is gin themed because I wasn't always a fan of gin, but this year gin has become quite cool, or at least here it has anyway, and there's loads of different like flavours, and a couple of the like food festivals I've been at, Bloom and the Taste of Dublin, there's so many gin stands and I have 100% acquired a taste for gin. I am normally a Guinness drinker, but during the summer it's a little bit heavy, so I like something that's a little bit fresher. Yeah, something just, it tastes like summer, and I love all the different kind of recipes. Like I like to throw loads of strawberries, lime in mine, and yeah, and I have a few of my faves like tonic water and stuff, which I'll talk you through when I'm actually going through my little bar cart. So cheers to this week's YouTube, hope you like it, give me a thumbs up if you do, and don't forget to subscribe. And thanks so much for watching. I'm going to finish my gin now. Products today, I have my trusty surface primer, which you would have seen in my other DIY videos. I'm using a gold spray paint today, but I'm using the one that's slightly matte, not the really sheen one that I used in my Ikea hack one. And then I'm using some of the leftover paint. Don't mind the absolute state of that painting. I'm using some leftover paint that I used from my fridge because I'll just be painting like the top. And I have like a quarter of a tin left, so I'm going to be using the pink. It's called Pink Champagne and it's a satin finish Rust-Oleum paint. Surface primer in grey. I just have a habit of always buying it in grey. And then this can here, this is the gold spray paint, but it's slightly flat, which I'll show you because this is my table. Remember my Ikea hack DIY, this is the table. So this was the kind of slightly more metallic colour, so this is going to be just a little bit more flatter than this one, more matte, less sheen. The one I used for this was bright gold and this one is just gold. And here is my good all Ikea tray. This is the product details. So as usual, I think they need to write a book on how to pronounce Ikea furniture. I'm going to pronounce this as Maryd. So this is the tray table I got. I think it was €55. I'll put the correct price down below. So this is the details. I got it in the grey colour, but I am going to be painting it, so it doesn't really matter what colour you get. I think it comes in pink and it comes in white as well. So if you want to just even buy the tray table and not paint it, this will be perfect. But I'm just going to paint it to match the colours of my house. The minefield that is Ikea furniture. Even the smallest of things I kind of struggle. So basically I'm going to just be spraying the legs. So I'm not going to assemble this. I'm going to spray my legs first before assembling and then let my legs fully dry, and I'm going to then assemble it. So I'm going to paint everything separate and then put it together. sun has just come out. I don't know if you can see Blondie sunbathing. That white dot there is Blondie sunbathing. So like all my spray paint DIYs, I'm going to be spraying out in the garden, well ventilated. Don't use spray paint in your house if you can avoid it. Go out to a balcony, go outside and paint outside if you can with spray paint. Got your sun cream on, Blondie? She actually does wear sun cream. Come on inside, I better put your sun cream on. What amuses me so much about the Ikea instructions, this is me. These actually make me laugh. This should be simple enough to put together, but I do get a great laugh out of the little pictorials on them. So, to explain better what I am painting, all of this section of my little bar cart is going to be gold, and it's only this that I'm going to be painting pink, and that sits on top of this. So all of this is gold and this is pink. So I'm going to take all of the pieces out because I'm going to prime everything, and then I'm going to start adding my colour. Just like in all my DIYs, make sure you prime, especially when you're like painting Ikea furniture, because it is quite, it's full of sheen, like it's finished, it's like smooth. Please follow the instructions on the tin, follow the instructions on the back, and make sure you stick to the drying time as well. Make sure you always leave enough time between coats. Doing one coat of surface primer today on all of the pieces, and then I will be doing one, possibly two coats. One coat might be enough with the gold, and then I'm going to do two coats of the pink on top. And just make sure you stick to the drying time, make sure it's fully dry. Also make sure you have the rattle in your can before you begin, and also make sure you do nice even thin coats. It's better to do 2 or 3 thin coats than one big thick coat where it's going to be dripping. So make sure, follow all the info is on the can, a nice thin coat with as little drips as sheet down in the garden. And I have all my pieces ready to prep, and Blondie, she's just having a little investigation, but just be careful with pets as well. I'm going to pop Blondie inside the house because you don't want them getting any spray paint on them or inhaling anything. So make sure you just follow kind of the safety instructions as well. And Blondie, you're going to have to go inside now. So this is after one coat of primer. I'm after priming everything, and I've used a full can to prime everything. So just bear that in mind, that one can will get you all your pieces primed with one coat. So I'm just going to let all of my pieces dry, and then I'm going to spray the legs gold, and then the tray I'm going to paint in pink. The Irish DIY, the dark clouds come out. It was sunny 2 minutes ago when I started spray painting, and now I have to pray that it doesn't rain while my pieces dry. I've just gone in with one coat of gold. One coat of gold seems to be plenty for this. So I'm just letting this dry. I just want to turn it upside down so I can get the bottom pieces. But yeah, this colour is absolutely gorgeous on it for the legs. So I just wanted to show you all of the paint has dried, my pink has dried, and so has my gold, and I just assembled the table. The table was actually really simple to assemble, and that's coming from me, where I'm normally useless at assembling IKEA stuff, but I did find this really easy. My best tip is let the whole thing fully dry. If anything, assemble it the next day. It's now in the evening when I'm assembling it, but the paint, it did feel a bit sticky. I don't know if it's because it's really humid today, but the weather does affect how your piece dries. For the pink tray, I did give it 3 coats. Well, it was kind of like 2, and then I just touched up some of the areas with a 3rd coat. The areas that had a few brush strokes were just the corners, and I used a really fine brush to paint the top of this. It was like an artist brush, don't mind the state of this, because I didn't want to get brush strokes on it. So this is almost like a little foundation brush. It has the same kind of feel to it. So I use this style of brush to paint the top, and I don't have any brush strokes on it. Hope you can see in the video, but this paint, the pink paint, is satin wood. It's a satin finish, which means I don't have to seal it. So just like my fridge, I don't have to seal this paint. Once it fully dries and it cures, it's perfect to use, and then you can just wipe it clean. I don't know if you can see in the background, but my fridge, this is the same colour pink as the top, so I still have actually loads of pink left. Love the contrast of the pink and the gold. I'm really happy with the finish on both of the paints on this project. So I'm going to leave this to fully dry. I'm going to come back to it tomorrow, and then the fun part, we are going to style it with some gin, and we're going to transform it into a little gin station. Talk you through what I have placed on my little mini bar. The great thing about this is you can just set it up, bring it out into the garden on a lovely summer's evening, or bring it inside the living room, or if you're having some friends over, you have a cute little station for all your drinks. Let's start with like the little props. So to make it a bit more dainty and to add a bit more personality, I put a little teacup on it. In some lemons and strawberries, and then in this tiny little pot here, this pot is actually a little pineapple over here, but just to pick up on the little kind of pineapple theme. I actually thought this looked really expensive. It was €3 from Tiger, and you pop it open. I just have some strawberries and some limes in there. Piece of the bar card has to be this giant golden pineapple, which I got in TK Maxx, TJ Maxx if you're in the US, and I'm actually using this as an ice bucket. I hope my ice isn't all melted, but I have that as an ice bucket. I'm struggling for finding gin glasses. I wanted the big kind of goblet ones, which I found it really hard to find. So these giant burgundy wine glasses is what I have today. But for gin and different cocktails, you can use a number of different glasses. I do really like this style though, and you get so much into it as well. I just have a little cocktail shaker. I really did struggle to find a good cocktail shaker. This one is from HomeSense, and it was €10. The really fun thing about playing with like gin and all the different cocktails is all of the different like cordials and tonic waters you can get. I picked up two cordials from Dunnes Stores. These are in like a 2-for offer, apple, cucumber and elderflower, and then this one, which added a little bit of pink hue to my current cocktail. This one is Wexford rhubarb, raspberry and Wexford rhubarb. As for tonic waters, my favourite ones are Fever Tree. I think they're slightly dearer than the Schweppes. I much prefer Fever Tree, and I also have an elderflower tonic water here. This one is elderflower, and then that one is just like the plain one. They also do a low fat one, but they are my two faves when it comes to mixing up my gins. Onto actual gin. So I try and experiment and try a new gin. So when a bottle runs out, I try and buy a new one. This bottle I actually brought home from New York, and I got it in the duty free. So I picked that one up, and it's actually empty. I am a fan, it is quite nice. So then I tried this Irish one here, Shepherd's Purse, and this one's really nice. It's dry, probably a little bit drier than the Hendrick's, but once you put all your kind of tonics and things in, it's actually really tasty. I also recently tried another gin. I think it was a Glendalough Irish gin, so I am having fun trying all the different Irish gins. There's loads of small like distilleries and stuff around Ireland making them, so it's really nice to kind of try different ones. The thing about this tray table cart is you don't have to style it like a mini bar the way I have. If you're having like a child's birthday party, this would be great for like cupcakes, a birthday cake. I've also seen people use these tables as bedside lockers, so I've gone for something a bit more fun today, but you can definitely style this up to be completely different. If you like my little gin DIY today, do tag me, comment below if you have made one of these yourself. Share me your social links, your Instagrams, and don't forget to like tag me in your pics so I can have a little look and see what you guys are making.